All right, welcome. We are live from Misty Mountain Games for the Premodern Fall Classic. I am Jonathan Brostoff.
Ryan Kowal. We're here with the Cloud Goat Ranger, and we're here. We got a hell of a pre-modern event for you here.
Oh man, this is the best constructed format ever constructed. It's the cube of constructed Magic.
What about 255 color?
Ooh, that's another level. Yeah, touche.
Anyway, this is the Fall Cup. It's the third of our 4 tournament series of the year, the Misty Mountain Premier Premodern Series.
And we also have a very special prize set this time around.
What prize set? Yeah, I got well, it's fall, so we got eight personalized by yours truly fall Mistress Factories. And for first place, we are combating for the greatest Brushland ever presented as a prize in a tournament. I think I can safely say that.
Yeah,
This is probably going to be the most valuable Brushland in all of Magic.
Not only that, there's some custom art from a very special local artist, which is exciting.
Yep, my wife did 4 awesome altars. If you're in the pre-modern group, I think they're all in there, but I'll be getting them up there pretty soon if not. And those are for raffle, actually. This is a charity tournament. We're doing a charity for Briar Patch Youth Services.
Oh yeah,
a local charity that benefits homeless and at-risk youth. And it's a shelter, and it's an amazing charity. I love helping them out every time.
Oh yeah.
And
we are getting shuffled up, getting ready to roll. We got Albert LaCrosse and a
Caleb.
Yeah, not sure who that.
Caleb.
Have you heard of this guy?
Is it Caleb?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Caleb Durward.
Yeah, French.
Durward.
Durward. Is he is he a local or who?
Yeah, he's just a kid from around the block, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, he could have walked here.
Excited to see what he brings to the table.
Yeah.
So okay, we got what is Albert on? Let's see.
I don't think his deck is submitted yet.
Oh, his deck's not submitted. Okay.
We put the one person.
We'll find out.
We
did
Albert's surprise versus too much junk in the trunk, and we are going to be starting very soon. We'll just finish up the judge announcements.
I made the mistake of using MTG Melee for the deck submission, and which I think would be okay, but it's a room full of boomers who are used to having a sheet of paper, so some of the lists are a little slow in getting there. But yeah, it's gonna be great because we're gonna have access to the list all day.
And who doesn't love a surprise?
Yeah,
who doesn't love a surprise? I love a surprise.
Like, what is he bringing?
Yeah,
we can look at his demeanor and his attire and his hands and the way he's playing. This is an important part of Magic is studying your opponent and putting him on the deck before they even play a card.
Absolutely,
that's like one of my favorite sub games to play.
What do these sleeves suggest for you?
So he's got some silver sleeves. Silver, not a color I find a red mage usually uses. You know. They would be way more likely.
Ooh, we got a preview there.
Well,
okay.
I'm predicting a couple swaps now.
Yeah, you're.
He is wearing all black. I was going to mention that. And people who love the color black tend to love the color black. And I've made that association before.
Yes.
And it looks like Albert loves the color black because I saw it at Tuco Shade.
And Tuco Shade
up there.
Slim Shady. So we got and what about Caleb's? Does this suggest too much junk in the trunk? For you, what do you think?
This guy looks like a real wild card. That's what I'm saying.
It could be anything.
Who knows?
It could be a boat.
Caleb actually top 8 at our previous event with blue-white Urzatron, which is the Urzatron, a set of 3 cards that I have pretty much yet to see happen in a competitive pre-modern deck. But Caleb took it all the way to top 8 last time.
Caleb can't be stopped. He's an unstoppable force of imagination and concentration.
Yeah. Caleb, of course, a very famous streamer for Magic. He
was also the CubeCon champ.
He's also the champion of CubeCon.
The first CubeCon champ we ever had.
CubeCon, another event that Mike and I are both involved with, and John has done a little bit towards that too. That's a a draft convention we're holding at Gamehole Con at the end of October. It's pretty much the best Magic convention ever.
Yes.
And I'm a little biased, but I'm also correct. It's
Yes, he's biased and correct. Unfortunately, you cannot get tickets to it no longer because
sold out
we sold out. But
in like a month.
But we will be streaming on Nerd Rage Games, so you can watch it, and it's gonna be bang, bang, bang up in that chicken wing. Okay, so we see.
What does that mean?
Oh, you know what it means. We see Pernicious Deed. Oh, nope, going back. All right, going back to the well. Both going to 6. We like it.
Albert looks like he's on a black-white Deadguy ale style deck.
What do you know about Deadguy Ale?
I'm not much of a drinker myself, but it's in the parlance of our times. It is a deck containing many card advantage-y discard cards, along with some banger creatures from Black and White, and
Let's call it Deadguy Albert.
And also a lot of like kind of universal answers like Vindicate and Swords of Plowshares that will remove anything that.
And can you give us a little bit of the history of Deadguy Ale?
Yeah, sure. It's a deck. It originally, like, it was first guy called Deadguy Ale, like Chris Bakula. He took, I believe, second place at a Grand Prix with it. And really put it on the map in Legacy. And yeah, since then it's been played by tons of people throughout time. Definitely has found a great home in Premodern because people just love these cards. They love Vindicate. They love Gerard's Verdict, Duress,
Dude,
Swords of
Gerard's
Plowshares,
Verdict, such a banger.
Phyrexian Arena, Exalted Angel. They're all like great cards.
Yeah.
The thing about Deadguy L though is no two are quite alike. Deadguy Albert. Albert.
Oh yeah, Albert.
It looks like
It
looks like
going to 5. Hachimapi.
looks like Albert is going to 5.
Well, the nice
5
thing.
against 6, so it's not.
Well, it's also a deck that is not predicated on like a combo. Like you have to get exactly your stuff, and it's there's a lot of card advantage. There's a lot of ways to come back. Even Phyrexian Arena alone.
It's universal answers,
Yep.
And
That's right.
And in this format, it can get a little speed from Dark Ritual, although a lot of people have started to pass on that.
Really?
And, yeah, there's a lot of.
How do you turn one? So you have to get 2 Lotus Petals to turn 1 arena, then?
No, they don't play anything like that because it's somewhat of card disadvantage, and it has some issues with that.
True.
They are playing more cards like the Phyrexian Rager I see in his hand.
Ooh, the Raging Cajun.
Because like here's the thing about Deadguy is like you're kind of a card advantage deck, right? Because you play stuff like Gerard's Verdict and Phyrexian Arena, but if you play Dark Ritual, you're kind of a card disadvantage deck. So by playing Ritual, you are engaging in the gambit.
True.
Where you're hoping you're going to get yourself online and hammering your opponent with card disadvantage cards like Hypnotic Spectre and Gerard's Verdict before they
do their thing.
Get to do their thing.
Now let me ask you this, BK. So we have the
Rampant Growth from Caleb. Rampant Growth also not a card I've seen much in this format, and I love it. I love seeing it here because who knows what's going to happen. This is going to be a ride. And
Caleb getting the Rampant Growth on turn 2. Many would argue the best time to cast a Rampant Growth, generally speaking. We also have the Ice Age Forest.
We do.
Not my favorite.
And Urza's Saga Plains.
Oh, and there's the Nantuko.
Nantuko Shade.
And taking the damage for it.
Black 2/1 can pump for a single black mana to give itself +1/+1. Kind of a play on the old Frozen Shade design of Richard Garfield's.
Now here's an interesting coincidence. There's also an Ice Age Swamp on the other side. The 2 Ice Age lands. How often is that? Is that common in Premodern?
Yes, Ice Age is a popular land type.
What is this?
Albert's attacking with his Nantuko Shade, following up with a Phyrexian Arena.
Oh.
Caleb's playing quite possibly my current favorite card in all of Premodern, Krosan Tusker.
Oh.
Tusker boy, keep on Tuskin. We are finding a basic land, and then we're going to get to draw a card off the cycle.
Now, interestingly, we have a Urza's Swamp here. What do you make of that?
Well, I make of it that Caleb's playing 3 colors, which
Okay.
matches with Junk Control, which I guess we knew that.
Yep, too much junk in that trunk. All right, so
I think this is a deck he might have worked on with Fran Pavlushek, who was in town for our last event.
okay.
He's a streamer on the West Coast, really well known for his Amulet Titan content, and more recently, a lot of great pre-modern content. So if you're up late, can't sleep, head over to Fran's YouTube channel, which I don't know the name of, and watch some of his videos. He goes over lots of great decks and strategies.
How do you feel about the white bordered Sylvan Library?
I love it.
Now here's a question for you. What is the best Sylvan Library?
The best Sylvan Library,
Yeah, to me it's got to be OG Legends.
even with Harold McNeil's Nazi
This is
Wait, what?
Nazi artwork. You didn't hear about? He's like one of the big canceled.
No,
artists.
oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
He
Oh,
did
I'll bet-
Invoke Prejudice.
Oh, that guy. Okay.
But like he did Invoke Prejudice. I believe he did Invoke Prejudice. But then they looked into people started looking at his like artwork website and stuff, and there was like all kinds of like
Really?
weird Nazi stuff.
Holy
Yeah.
moly.
For real, he's
No bueno. All right.
no bueno.
Screw OG Legends. Let's go. That
I like to separate the artist from the
What about
art
the
here though. I love this old Sylvan artwork.
What about the new What about the new one? The there's the what was it? There was some like promotional one that looks pretty sweet. Okay, so we got Hippie
So-
Spectre.
Yeah, Albert played a Hypnotic Spectre. I believe that might be a Lord of the Rings Wasteland, but I'm not sure.
Lord of the Rings Wasteland. What? I didn't even know that card existed.
Yeah.
I'm out of Magic, folks. Do the commentators have deck lists? We do. We're just choosing not to look at them right now.
Yeah, I'd rather not look.
We're
It's-
just-
it's
it's a-
round one. So here's the thing. I think a fun thing about the early rounds of pre-modern of any Magic event is like not quite knowing what everybody's playing.
Yeah, keep them guessing.
I don't even put the deck names up there ahead of time.
And
Caleb, it looked like Caleb paid 4 with the Sylvan Library, taking a Exalted Angel, but it also looks like he's not. I think he's setting up for this Windswept Heath so he can shuffle away
or is it
a bad card and keep his Angel.
that card that you can cycle and make a bunch of critters? Is that what's going on? Make it. The one that
Decree
makes-
of Justice.
Yeah.
It could be a Decree of Justice. I can't quite see all. It does look like he has a plow in his hand.
Okay, so you got to
Um,
answer for the hippie.
So I think what the way he's
Oh my, Hachi Machi.
the way he's probably going with it, I would guess, he wants to make sure the hippie doesn't hit him, so he's not going to play the Angel to block. Instead, he's going to save a removal spell to remove it.
Sure. Yeah, that hippie does some significant amount of damage. I like it. Okay, so we're gonna
Yeah.
bolt
So,
the bird.
if not expected to plowed away. Yargle Plow.
And then what is that?
And
Cycle.
another 5 mana.
Oh, nice.
Get a couple Tokies out there.
Nice.
Couple time to soldier up.
Soldier up. Okay. Wait,
Those are
Pegasi?
Pegasi.
Is that what that does?
Wow. Well, that's a hell of a card.
Oh, so still gets to hit it.
He's gonna see a Naturalize. I don't know. I think I might have naturalized the. I think I might have naturalized the old.
Yeah, Phyrexian Arena is pretty
Phyrexian
good.
Arena for- I guess he loses his decree then.
Oh no, I'll bet he drew into the Naturalize. I'll bet he drew into the Naturalize.
That could be too.
Because yeah, you definitely want to get that sucker off the board. All right.
Caleb's on a nice spot here though. He's got 2 chump blockers for the Nantuko Husk,
Yeah.
and he's gonna get to Sylvan next turn and also slam this Exalted Angel into play.
Right.
Exalted Angel, Sylvan Library, natural combo. You get to gain 4 life, which you can turn in for a card every turn.
That's right. The
that's how
classic combo.
The classic combo.
Oh, interesting. So did not opt to waste the 3/3, instead making a morph creature. What is this?
What
Is that
could it
another
be?
angel?
We could have a little angel fight happening here.
Angel on angel. All right. And Caleb, good guy Caleb, leaving the cards up. This is a classic play. You love to leave the cards up. Love to see it. Nice.
It looks like he just had 3 lands on top, unfortunately.
But one was a fetch.
One
looks
is
like.
a fetch, so he'll get to reset that this turn probably.
Mm-hmm.
He wants him to think he's contemplating a call, but
So that Nantuko is a 2/1, right?
It is.
So we can attack with one of the little critters here because life is very relevant. Every point of damage with Phyrexian Arena matters. You want to bink any little. You want to be a little brisket for the brisket in these plays.
It's a card every time. You know.
Yep.
You're just attacking for literal cards.
Or it's also an unstoppable, path towards death, one by one. That if you give them too many turns. Okay, so we got the angel up.
Especially once you get the arena player down to like 6 life, you start seeing the sweat bead on their forehead.
That's right.
Like what if this card that this horse I hitched my wagon to is going to turn around and devour me?
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's a great analogy. So Premodern is just great. When do you get to see these awesome sets of cards ever in Constructed Magic? I love this.
Yeah, Deadguy Elbert is holding 2 Swords of Plowshares, so this is gonna.
And that angel is exiled. I don't know if that matters.
And he's attacking with his morphed angel.
Interesting.
I think he's trying to.
You bluffing?
No, I think he's drawing him into like a Swords of Plowshares play to kill both of the tokens, maybe. Or whatever else he has.
Interesting.
But I mean, you do it, right? I don't know.
That's definitely a play.
I don't know if I'd bother with that play because there's,
I mean, that's a play.
He could also have just attacked with the husk and left the 2/2 on D.
So he pumps the husk down to 10. I mean, yeah. It do be that way sometime, though.
So Albert kind of in the driver's seat here. Caleb is probably at 16 now. No? Did he gain 4 life?
Yeah, he gained 4.
Oh, but then he got hit by the...
What?
Whoa.
What?
Caleb was just telling me about his sweet Portal Wrath of Gods.
That is that is a wrath. Hachi. Well,
11-12.
Now we're back. And also something to note, Albert has been missing a significant amount of land drops. And that means that wasteland gets way worse. Interesting that Caleb did not swing there. What do we make of that? I think we know Caleb's hand. Oh,
like a Vindicate on the Sylvan.
That's huge.
And he's got a wasteland up for the Treetop Village.
Yep, I like it.
I like Albert's spot here, honestly. He's got the arena. He's got quite a land disadvantage, but Caleb's kind of stuck with nothing, and who's got the Howling Mine here,
Yeah. We also have Kristen Missile, the local artist we were just referring to.
Yeah. Have you seen some of her work lately?
That's the whole reason for the season, baby. That's what we're going to be showing off. Okay, so another husk.
He points out your meat stylings.
That's right.
Well, Caleb wasn't exactly passing with nothing there. He's going to have 5 tokens.
The no swing.
He's going to untap.
Advantage bar Caleb.
Now, here's the thing. Do you want to... he wants to pressure Albert's life total because he has that arena.
Not only that, you pressure his land total, swinging with that 3/3.
He will lose a 1/1, though.
But,
unless he has a plow for the Antigos, which he does.
Wow.
Right.
Golly.
That's a bear.
So not swinging with the 3/3. Interesting.
He has the wasteland up, so I think he's...
Yeah, but do you want to... But wasteland with 5 mana, with the arena down, I like it. I like pressure and land pressure. Although, again, we don't know what's in Caleb's hand. He might need that mana for something better. But... Swordsing. Ooh.
Wow. I think I would have attacked with the treetop just to make him attack the wasteland, because he is a little land starved,
Correct.
You might need to use that wasteland for mana, which would be a better use. Like he has the option to use it any time on the treetop.
Yeah, take away the option
by not attacking there. And he gives him the option. He lets him choose what to do.
Right. I say take away the option. Plus, again, at 7 life with the Phyrexian Arena out, you just gotta go for it.
Yeah.
You just gotta go for it. All right. So
He's on to 6 now.
down to 6 now.
Caleb up to 13 after the plow as well.
So what kind of life gain can we expect from Albert? He's got the Angel, right?
He's got Angel. He has a Masticore in his hand. I know that.
Ooh, Master.
Which would be quite good on this board.
Although it's not going to be good enough, right?
Looks like he's got a Mishra's Factory too.
So even if
a classic Deadguy Madabase. Black-white. So the thing about Deadguy, you have to remember, is its Madabase is almost always terrible. And at the same time, the average Deadguy player is a complete maniac on what lands they want to throw in their deck. They play like Paxel Wastelands, Mishra's Factories, Dust Bowls, Core Havens. I've seen it all. Like everything that could possibly not cast their spells in their deck.
That's awesome. Okay, so now we got the Mishra's Factory up for blockers. So we have 2 blockers, including one that could be a life gainer, plus the Wasteland for the 3/3. And that is actually enough to stabilize if he can it doesn't swing at the 3/3. Interesting. Okay, so swinging with the 5/1/1s, setting up.
How much do you think the play of that Angel was the fear? You know, Caleb plays a land.
Caleb's so conservative with that 3/3.
I don't know about the land play. I mean, I guess I don't know about the land play there because that's his last card, right?
Right, and we know Albert's running stuff like Duress and other things like that. So
Albert down to 2. He's gonna have to make something happen. He did draw the bailout card. Cards, which is Gerard's Verdict.
So explain how good Gerard's Verdict is here.
Gerard's Verdict is just 6 life here because Albert's been drawing a lot of cards. He probably has 2 extra lands in his hand, and he can target himself with a Verdict to gain 6.
And Gerard's Verdict is black-white for sorcery. Target player discards 2 cards from his or her hand. You gain 3 life for each land discarded this way.
The issue is to do that, he's not gonna to flip his Angel. But again, Caleb doesn't have cards in his hand, so I guess.
Yeah, with the Gerard's Verdict, you're right. It's better not to have nothing in hand. Oh, what's this?
He's got to take 1 to flip the Angel, so he's only going to go up 3 life here, go to 5. Not Caleb to 9.
That's going to be enough, though, right?
It definitely looks like enough to pull away to me.
The power of
he does have to keep this Wasteland up because he has to deal with this Treetop Village.
Oh,
another fade from Caleb, or fade for Albert.
Golly.
Deadguy Albert.
Ooh, this is tough.
I'd play Deadguy Ale if my name was Albert too.
Deadguy Colbert. Okay, now Ghostfoot. Interesting.
Ale Guy Dilbert.
Yeah. So now he's getting aggressive, swinging in with both. Like the trip block here, nice. Okay, so keeps 1 soldier.
Feels like you're not gonna plow me out again.
Yeah. Well,
Albert's hand just stacked here.
Yeah, Albert's hand. Okay.
He's got to Vindicate.
Interesting. Also, Caleb did not go for the.
Ooh, that's a good one.
And Caleb,
but he's got 6. Yep.
Caleb did not go for the play of for the whatchamacallit play for thinning the deck out for the marginal advantage of thinning deck before the drop. It did not matter.
I mean, I think he's protecting his life total because if he would have sacked it, he would have gone down to 4. So
True.
Then if he can't deal with the Angel, he's at, or a future Angel even,
True.
He's in a position where he's going to. Okay, well,
that's a 6/5.
You're at 7, and I got a 6/5.
Although
this is similar clocks actually.
Ooh.
All right.
Too strong.
Vindicated. All right, big draw here. Treetop.
Okay.
Pass. Comes Hypnotic Spectre again.
So.
Masticore.
Oh.
Caleb's gonna scoop it up. Deadguy Ale takes first game.
Yeah. That was tough.
Deadguy does get maligned a lot, I feel like, by especially a lot of the more competitive pre-modern players but it does do a lot of good work against these control decks.
Oh yeah,
you know.
Well, the amount of disruption, like even just the discard, both the duress and the Gerard's Verdict, is huge.
Yeah,
and sometimes if that 2/2 is, and is Albert, it looks like Albert is playing the Dark Ritual version, right?
Yeah. I don't know Albert's list, but looking at the cards in it, stuff like Phyrexian Ranger, stuff like Hypnotic Spectre, which is another card a lot of Deadguy are like, it's kind of falling out of favor among the Deadguy fans.
Mm-hmm.
Those are good anti-control cards. Like
right.
A Hypnotic Spectre can be really hard to deal with in this format,
especially turn 1. That was the play back in our day, back when we started in Revised Magic or whenever it was Unlimited. Dark Ritual into Hippie was like that was the only thing I had a little trouble obtaining for Hippies. I remember going Dark Ritual Mind Stab Thrall. Remember that?
Yep.
That's how life was back then.
That gets all the hippie workout right up front.
Fallen Empire stack.
Mind Stab Thrall, you can, if it hits your opponent, you can sacrifice it and make them discard 3 cards.
And that was the art I used to use.
Of their choice.
That was back when you used to have like all the different types of art. You remember that? Like there's 3 different art for each card. And the ABC, and yeah, there was some freaky stuff. Necra. What was the other 3-mana one that you could sack to kill a creature? Necra Thrall or something. What was that called? It was 1 black for a 2/2. Sacrifice it if it wasn't blocked to destroy a creature.
Necrite.
That's right. I don't know what Sam Black is, but Sam Black is not.
Necrite.
There we go. Oh, look at
Sam
that.
Black is not here. I believe he is in Las Vegas playing the giant limited event out there.
Yeah, he's getting ready for CubeCon. Sharpening his knives for CubeCon.
Yeah, he will be there.
He's getting ready.
He's going to be a very featured guest with us.
Well, we'll see if he's able to take home the crown. Caleb knocked it out of the park last
Do you
time.
remember the old cheating tactic with Hypnotic Spectre and Dark Ritual?
Just put him on the top of your library?
No, the lick and stick.
What?
Yeah. So they applying a small amount of saliva to the back of your because he didn't play sleeved.
No one played sleeved.
Would make your ritual and Hypnotic Spectre stick together. This is a known thing back then. When you played back
No, but I wondered how my opponents got all those first turn hippies.
Yep.
Now it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Darn it. Well, none of that going on here.
The old lick and stick.
I will say I did learn
We just got flagged, didn't we? We said that.
I did learn. Hey, Ankylosaur, what up, homie? I did learn about a tactic from back in the day from Alliances. The Cheeto Fingers. So back before
Cheeto Fingers?
Yeah, Michael, this one's for you. Back before sleeves, there's a card. It's, I think, Soldier Fortune, red for a 1/1.
Oh, yeah. This
red.
is a good one. This is like a 1-card kill.
Yeah.
Go on.
You just shuffle your opponent's deck, but you just ate a lot of Cheetos beforehand and just got it all over their cards. So you go to like all the Type 1 tournaments with this card and shuffle their lotuses and stuff.
Now we need an altar.
Turn 1 kill.
All right, a turn 1 duress from Albert. Albert is going to reveal a Sylvan Library, Naturalize, a Decree, an Exalted Angel, and a Source of Plowshares. So nice set of cards for Caleb.
Being able to knock out that Sylvan is huge here.
Yeah.
Oh my. Oh, but a Gaea's Blessing might draw another one.
Let's get it back in there.
Might get it back.
That looks like a Dust Bowl from Caleb.
Love Gaea's Blessing. Such a classic. Oh,
and
get
Albert's
the heat.
going to play an Nantuko.
Now, what do you make of Nantuko Shade as a threat? Why do people like this so much?
You know, this is a card I'm not a huge fan of, but a lot of Deadguyers love it. The big advantage of it is it does a lot of freaking damage. It is like, I actually like it as a later play with the deck, where like, because like early in the game, like you want to be spending your mana on other stuff, right? But later in the game, when everybody's like just playing off the top and stuff, it's pretty sweet to just be able to tap all your mana and do damage.
It is a good mana.
Now, if you play a lot of Core Havens, Wastelands, Rashad Ports, Mishra's Factories, like also.
Wow. So that Wasteland, Caleb not hitting his land drop here, Hachimachi, and Albert just going to town.
Yep.
Look at that 2/2 drawn cards getting worked on.
That's a
Applying
raging.
pressure. That's a raging Cajun right there. Okay. So 3 mana. Oh, what could that
That's
be?
a mystery card.
So I believe Caleb had that last turn, chose not to play it.
This is almost definitely a Exalted Angel or a Histrodon.
Oh my, is it a zombie cutthroat? That'll be good.
It could be a zombie cutthroat. That would be. Can you imagine? Can you just imagine? You swing it with your ranger,
Yeah,
and
it's
your
like
opponent pays 5 life and kills it. Oh my god, brutal!
I'm still not sure who would get the better deal of
I
that.
don't believe it.
All right, so swinging in there with the Hysterodon, likely.
Hysterical.
Hysterical. Golly, look at that Gaea's Blessing going to town.
Get some,
Increasing the value
drop
density.
some more plows. How about that?
I had 4 Swords to Plowshares in my deck. How about I get 6 now? Let's go. So, Gaea's Blessing, one of the standout all-stars in my book of Premodern. Why I love Premodern so much. It's such an interesting, powerful, unique card that only flourishes here.
Some people were. So recently we had land tax ban in the format.
Yes.
Some people were saying that if we just banned Gaea's Blessing instead, that would take care of many of the problems. What do you think about that?
Well, I think Ancestral Recall every single turn is a little bit better than Gaea's Blessing.
I mean, it draws 3 basics, right? It draws 3 basics, right?
It's like that meme.
Right?
With,
Yeah.
with
My Padme Amidala impression isn't so great, but
it draws 3 basics, right? Right.
Someone commented on a meme. The best part is you only need to read 1 panel to get that joke.
Yeah.
It's
yes.
it's the easiest. Like,
That's right.
Yeah.
leisurely reading for memes.
Oh man, Premodern is such a great format. And we have 2 seemingly similar decks, black, white, you got the Angels, got the card event stuff going on, but there's so much diversity here.
Yeah, I mean, this junk control deck's something like we really haven't seen in the format. I know Caleb and Fran have been working on it, but I haven't seen it. Really, I think Fran did a video on it out there you can probably find, but it hasn't really cut its teeth on an event yet, So,
Interesting.
sorry.
So we
I
got
bumped it. What's
we got some land destruction going on here.
equipment failure over here?
Now this is awkward because if he wants to save land, he got to burn the squirrel, the soldier, but that means the Exalted Angel is going to get free reign.
Yes, he is offering.
Oh,
I like that. I think
that's
if I'm in
definitely
Albert's
lying.
shoes,
definitely.
I would have just like the best thing to do is shrug immediately and put your factory in the yard.
Yeah.
Because now
You know.
Caleb absolutely
Oh.
knows he has a source of Plowshares.
Well,
That's the
now-
other advantage of that play that Caleb made.
Now-
He can look at his opponent, stare into the window of his soul, and determine that there is a source of Plowshares in his hand.
Not only that, Dust Bowl is really good right here. In a deck that
Yes.
struggles with its mana. Oh,
Another decree. Draw a card.
oh man.
Decrees
this
is kind of like
delicious.
the greatest striped bears ever in Caleb's deck.
Wow. Caleb bringing it this game. Ooh.
There's
Hachimachi.
there's a hippie.
Well, Hippie's pretty good. Well, Stripe Bear doesn't have flash.
Doesn't.
And doesn't cost a life to draw the card. Like, what do we got here? Is this another Gaea's Blessing? No.
It is another Gaea's Blessing.
Wow.
Not a matching one, but
I like that.
yeah.
So you know if it was the one you shuffled back in.
Maybe he boarded that one in.
I like it.
Now he knows he has to board one out.
More decrees, more Swords to
Yeah.
Plowshares,
Give me more decrees.
more threat to... Golly. Oh yeah, Waylay. You remember Waylay? 2 white for instant, make 3... Waylay was an interesting one.
Why are we talking about Waylay?
'Cause that's
Somebody in
the
the chat.
equivalent, yeah. Waylay was one of those cards where it had... Look at the wording. Put 3 night tokens into play. Treat these tokens... Move them to play at the end of the turn.
Ball Nightling.
Yep, that's
White
right.
light.
White
I just
Lightning.
made up Ball Lightning though, and I think we should have said that. That's way cooler, right? How do we not think of that in the 90s?
Waylay did so much work. Okay, so swinging in with the Angel or a zombie.
I'd be no.
No, you trade.
No.
Oh.
No.
Don't love this from Caleb, especially.
He gains 4 though. Because he can't respond to more.
He does gain 4.
I don't. Yeah, I
That's
just
true.
especially he has a deed in his hand too. You know.
Maybe not for long.
Yeah, you might be
Hachi
losing it here.
Machi.
All right, the middle one is going to be.
Okay.
What do you think of that? Letting your opponent make all the decisions on the Hypnotic Spectre. Do you think that takes the joy out? Like he should get to roll the die at least, right?
No, I think the attacker got to roll the dice.
Yeah,
That's
the attacker should. I think that
That's
honestly,
an alpha move.
that was rude of Caleb to roll a die. I think he stepped on a magic moray there.
Well, there could also be a tactical advantage. Like it's a mindset thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're getting our Pernicious Deed out. We're gonna draw a card with Mind Stone. Look at all this advantage, by the way. Fantastic. You love to see it. And plus, I mean, again, like we're still in a situation where, and also getting it before Morph is available, so can't do us a smart.
I love a Mind Stone in this deck.
Oh yeah,
that's a pretty great. I bet it's like 5th or 6th. Rampant Growth. Oh, that's that's a pretty good Gerard's verdict.
Oh,
All right.
Oh no!
Oh my God!
And he had the answers to it.
He's got Caleb down to the top of the deck.
Golly.
And he's going to.
So it's interesting. Caleb there was an opportunity earlier, I believe. I might be misremembering, but I think we could have Dust Bowled one and land. If he Dust Bowled both, he wouldn't have had 2 white sources now.
I see. I think that was the critical turn. When Caleb blocked with the Exalted Angel and flipped it. I think if he just trades and Dust Bowls, he is in a super good position in this game.
Agreed. What are the 2 swamps in there for? Because there's no hesitation. Is it just for the Pernicious Deed?
Yeah, the swamps are for Deed, I think, mainly.
Okay. So only need 1 swamp, not 2.
Might be some Vindicates in the mix somewhere, too.
Golly, this is tough.
Caleb is, wow, that's death next turn. He's got to have to draw something.
Oh, it doesn't do it.
Was that?
Swords?
I think it looked like it vaguely looked like an Acroma to me.
Oh my.
But I don't think it could be an Acroma.
Acroma? Oh, is it?
It's a decree.
Oh my. Interesting. It's a decree with the thought of drawing a swords to plowshares. So not decreeing for the full amount, leaving 1 mana up for swords. Going to 1.
That's a heads up play.
Yep.
That's cool.
Smart Caleb. Smart guy Caleb doing smart guy
He
things.
still had 200 life.
Oh my God.
That's how it works. That's what Angel does.
Just leave it at 197.
Yeah, that's what the card
it
does.
gains life, you know.
Okay, Caleb with the nice guy fist bump.
So Albert wins 197-1.
Classic Albert.
Stonks.
Strong one. To the moon. So yeah, I mean, I think that seemed to be the play of the game. That I'm curious. I'm sure it was the correct play because Caleb is masterful at his deck and knows what he's doing. But I'm curious to think the mentality on that, knowing that the Swords of Plowshares was represented, I think, a couple turns earlier. But great games, great magic, great decks, great guys.
Yeah, it didn't look like he. I mean, we can see the cards, so you know, it looked like he set up the read.
Right.
In that one turn.
Right, because he thought about it. Right. Well, this has been an exciting match. It was again showcasing some amazing cards, some amazing interactions, and one of the pinnacles of pre-modern. No planeswalkers. What do you make about that?
I don't think they're printed yet.
Okay. That's why.
Of course, no planeswalkers, and I don't miss them. I think I don't love it as an interaction. It has its place.
It has its place. It's fine,
That
but
place is other Magic.
yeah, this was this was when Magic was a little bit more, I would say there's a lot more bluffing going on. There's a lot more interaction.
Longer games.
Yeah, longer games.
That's all things you can find with Premodern.
Yeah. Lots of good interaction.
More plans. You have to make plans, you know. You have to think about where's the source of Plowshares going to be going, you know. Where should I leave a mana up for source Plowshares when I cycle here?
Right. Yeah, there was Planeswalkers, they had their place in Magic, you know, especially the OGs. Like when the original Planeswalkers, Garrick, Jace, Lily, when those got printed, there was but really now it's just gotten to such another level. But Premodern feels like a pure Magic, simpler times. It feels like that scene in Star Wars where Obi-Wan is talking about, you know, a blaster versus a lightsaber.
Right. And that's true, you know. Planeswalkers got a clumsy and random.
Yeah.
You know.
Absolutely.
It's a more civilized weapons, you know.
Mm-hmm. Back in the day. So, what if you were battling today instead
elegant weapon in a more civilized age?
That's right.
That's
if you're
that's what Premodern is. Elegant weapons in a more civilized.
We need someone to draft up the meme of that.
Yeah. Can we put that just as a tagline at the bottom or something?
Yeah, I like that. We just made that up off the fly. That's the sort of content you get when BK and JB are in the studio. So, what would you be rocking today if you were playing? What would be your Premodern deck of the day?
You know, this is gonna surprise the crowd.
Wait, let me guess.
What?
If it's a surprise, goblins.
No, this is kind of a hated. I've been working on like mono black pit rack. A friend of my friend Sean Farr at Madison, he like wants to play Premodern, and I asked him what deck he wanted, so he sent me pit rack. But then I'm like, I've never liked pit rack because like I just think there's a lot of. First of all, like I like all the card. Pit rack is a mono black super card disadvantage deck for your opponent.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a card disadvantage deck for you too. It's kind of like I'm gonna waste everything, destroy everything, and then hope that my cards are left kill you. That's its plan.
Mm-hmm.
Historically, not a great strategy. But so because he wants to play that, I started working on it a little, and yeah, and I was playing it the other night. And I was really digging some of the stuff I was doing with it. I tried out Chimeric Idol.
Okay, which is the ramp rock. It's the rock that's a 2/2.
It's a 3-mana artifact.
That you tap your mana out.
If you tap all your lands, you can make it a 3/3.
That's right. Classic. That's right. So what about? But isn't this a format where people are playing the 4/4? Oh wait, no, never mind. There's nothing. You don't really have a lot that you get binged for discarding, right?
No, and it's a pretty sweet. There's a lot of Oath of Druids out there, so it's actually a pretty good threat.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of digging this card. So I think and I'm very frenetic, like in a freak with my deck choice. Like I want to play a new deck every week. And Premodern is great. Premodern is great for that.
Yeah.
So
especially now,
that's the latest one I looked at. So that's what I would have played.
And I will say that BK was way ahead of the curve with banning the land tax. You've been calling for that you might be the reason for the season. You've been calling for that.
It was all Sam Black's fault.
Yeah, but you were saying that
it was our tournament last time. 100%. The only reason land tax got banned was Sam Black putting his deck.
I thought you've been advocating for it.
Nope, it's all Sam Black.
Okay, yeah. For anyone,
all arguments everybody else made didn't matter. It was Sam Black.
Fair. Sam Black broke it.
So yeah.
But when that happened, it actually helped even more with the diversity.
Not
right?
MEV. It's Sam Black. Aaron Dix, why aren't you here? You told me you would be here. Caffeinated 22.
Yeah.
You texted me and said, "I'm going to drive a Porsche to your tournament."
You said Porsche.
A literal Porsche.
And you'd be in Porsche in the Porsche.
You would step out of your Porsche and kill my tournament and win. And now you're not here, and I'm sad.
Yeah.
I'm sad you're not
He's
here.
been talking about it all morning.
I've been talking to Mike all week.
Yeah.
Has there been a morning I haven't talked to you and said, "Oh, I can't wait for Aaron Dix to come back"?
He couldn't take another X and 2.
Oh, I wasn't gonna go there. but his track record does kind of speak for
He
itself.
did make a note that this was the first one that I think
He said he's sick in Vegas.
This is the first one ever he missed. Yeah. So it kind of doesn't feel like a real one
doesn't count
because he's not here.
But the diversity of
You're sick. I'm sorry to hear that.
yeah,
I hope you get better
and win the next one. The diversity
quickly.
of decks in this format is just incredible, and got even better with the banning of land tax, right? It helped with
What's that?
with the mix.
I think so. I mean, I wouldn't be even thinking about Pit Rack if land tax was around.
Right.
You know, so there's that. I think swamps really like that land tax is gone, and swamps have been for the last several months or a year or so the worst basic land in pre-modern. You just haven't seen a lot of black decks, but stuff like Deadguy L, you know, is gonna be a lot better now.
Yes.
So
well, not only that, it's also there's one other nice thing about that, which is land tax itself was reaching a price point that the deck was making it where it was inaccessible. So
yeah,
that happens.
Well, that was more Mox Diamond,
or Mox Diamond,
and that's still around.
But Mox Diamond also wasn't nearly as expensive or as used as was land tax.
Yeah,
right?
I think I guess like it's a concept in my head anyway that like when you have very powerful cards, like they reduce like deck design space elsewhere in the format.
Interesting.
So if you like, it kind of is like, you know, it's just stepping on those decks, like keeping them, you know, every time your discard deck goes up against land tax, you're probably not going to win.
Right.
So it just and you might go to like 4 events in a row and never play land tax in a format as diverse as pre-modern, but like just the fact that it's in the back of your head and you know that at the high level of like that in that top 8 you're likely to see it. It really discourages you from trying stuff that might, you know, run into that strategy and have to combat it.
Hell yeah.
So I think it's not really good for it to be gone. That's that's the main reason I advocated to get rid of it.
What are you most excited about for CubeCon?
For CubeCon?
Yeah.
Cubing's gonna be cool.
It's gonna be a lot of that.
I'm gonna have fun seeing some of the cubes I put together in action. I've been assembling cubes the last 2 weeks. I've almost got the second one done.
Hell yeah.
I need one more card, one Retrofitter's Foundry, and I got the whole deck.
One Retrofitter's Foundry?
Yeah, that's the last one.
Interesting.
It's in the mail.
All right.
I hope.
All right. Or if any of our viewers, our faithful viewers, want to swing by the store and drop one off, that'd be awesome.
Sure, I take an early one, so I don't have to worry about whether it shows up or not.
So
Who do we want in the next round?
Can we see the pairings?
Well, I'm for commentary.
Oh,
I'll take out.
okay. I guess me and Ben.
Okay. We'll take a quick break as we get things set up, but we'll be right back.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.